On March 14, 2019, Michael Carson left his home in Spokane, Washington to buy groceries. He never came back. His wife Laura called police when he didn't return that night. His car was found abandoned 3 days later at a rest stop 200 miles away. Keys in the ignition, wallet on the dashboard. No signs of foul play. No body. No witnesses. No clues. For 4 years, Laura Carson searched for her husband. Police told her he was probably dead. Friends told her to move on, but Laura refused to give up. She posted flyers in 47 cities. She hired 3 private investigators. She spent every dollar of their savings searching for answers. And on April 2, 2023, a homeless shelter worker in Portland, Oregon called the Spokane Police Department. They'd found Michael Carson, alive, 4 years after he vanished. But Michael had no memory of where he'd been. No memory of his wife. No memory of his life before March 14, 2019. This is the story of a wife who never stopped searching and a husband who forgot he was missing. If you believe love means never giving up even when everyone else does, subscribe to Faceless Justice right now. We tell the stories of families who refuse to let their loved ones be forgotten. Hit that subscribe button, and let's celebrate the power of persistence together. Michael and Laura Carson had been married for 11 years. High school sweethearts from Spokane. Michael was 38 years old. Laura was 37. Michael worked as an accountant at a local firm. Laura was a nurse at Sacred Heart Medical Center. They had no children but were talking about starting a family. March 14, 2019 was a Thursday. Michael had the day off. Laura worked the morning shift at the hospital. Before Laura left for work at 6:30 a.m., Michael kissed her goodbye and said he'd make dinner that night. Spaghetti, her favorite. At 2:15 p.m., Michael texted Laura, "Heading to store for groceries. Need anything else?" Laura replied, "Just you. Love you." Michael responded with a heart emoji. That was the last message Laura ever received from her husband. Laura got home at 6 p.m. No Michael. No groceries. No dinner cooking on the stove. She called his phone. Straight to voicemail. At 8 p.m., Laura called Michael's parents. They hadn't heard from him. At 9 p.m., she called his best friend. No contact. At 10 p.m., Laura called the Spokane Police Department to file a missing person report. Detective James Rodriguez took Laura's report that night. He'd worked missing persons for 12 years. Most cases resolved within 48 hours. Michael Carson was 38 years old. No history of mental illness. No financial problems. Happily married. Stable job. Detective Rodriguez organized search parties. Volunteers checked parks, trails, hospitals. Laura posted Michael's photo on every social media platform. On March 17, 3 days after Michael disappeared, a state trooper found his car. Michael's 2015 Honda Accord was parked at a rest stop on Interstate 90, 200 miles east of Spokane near the Idaho border. The car was unlocked. Keys in the ignition. Michael's wallet on the dashboard with $180 cash and all his credit cards. His phone was on the passenger seat. Dead battery. No blood. No signs of struggle. No suicide note. Security cameras at the rest stop showed Michael pulling in at 3:47 p.m. on March 14th. He got out of the car, walked toward the restroom building, and disappeared off camera. He was never seen walking back. Detective Rodriguez reviewed 72 hours of security footage. Michael never returned to his car. He simply vanished. Police searched a 50-mile radius around the rest stop. Search and rescue teams combed forests, rivers, abandoned buildings. Nothing. Detective Rodriguez investigated every possibility. Voluntary disappearance? Michael had no reason to run. No debts. No affairs. No criminal history. Foul play. No evidence of violence. No enemies. No suspicious activity on his bank accounts. Accident? No body found. No reports of unidentified patients at hospitals. Michael's phone record showed his last location ping at the rest stop at 3:52 p.m. Then nothing. His phone went dead. His credit cards were never used. His bank account was never accessed. Laura held press conferences. She offered a $25,000 reward. She appeared on local news stations begging for information. 6 months passed. No leads. 1 year passed. Detective Rodriguez told Laura the truth she didn't want to hear. "Mrs. Carson, I'm sorry. Without new evidence, there's nothing more we can do. Michael is likely deceased. You should consider moving forward with your life." Laura looked at Detective Rodriguez with steel in her eyes. "I will never stop looking for my husband. Never." If Laura's determination is giving you chills right now, hit that like button and comment below. Would you ever give up searching for someone you love? Because what Laura does next will prove that some people are born fighters. While police moved on to other cases, Laura Carson transformed her life into a single mission: find Michael. She quit her nursing job. She cashed out their retirement savings. She sold their house and moved into a small apartment. Every dollar went toward the search. Laura taught herself to be an investigator. She studied missing persons cases. She learned about dissociative fugue states, amnesia, and unidentified persons databases. She created a systematic search grid covering Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana. Every homeless shelter, every hospital, every Jane and John Doe report. Laura's process: call 15 homeless shelters per day. Check unidentified persons databases weekly. Post updated flyers in new cities monthly. Monitor social media for any mentions. She drove 73,000 miles in 4 years. She posted 12,000 flyers. She made 21,900 phone calls. Her friends stopped calling. Her family begged her to accept reality. Everyone told her Michael was gone. But Laura had made a vow on her wedding day: for better or worse, in sickness and in health, until death do us part. And until someone showed her Michael's body, she would never stop searching. Over 4 years, Laura hired 3 different private investigators. Each one took her money and delivered nothing. Investigator number 1, 2019, charged $5,000. Claimed Michael was spotted in Boise, Idaho. The lead was false. Investigator number 2, 2020, charged $8,000. Said Michael might have crossed into Canada. No evidence ever materialized. Investigator number 3, 2021, charged $12,000. Promised to track Michael's digital footprint. Found nothing. By 2022, Laura had spent $67,000 on the search. Her savings were gone. She was working 3 part-time jobs just to afford rent and gas money. But she refused to quit. She expanded her search to social media. She joined 47 missing persons groups on Facebook. She posted Michael's photo every single day. And on March 28, 2023, Laura received a message that changed everything. A woman named Sarah Chun from Portland, Oregon, sent her a private message. "I work at a homeless shelter downtown. There's a man here who looks exactly like your husband. He doesn't remember his name. He's been here for 3 weeks. Can you send me more photos?" Laura's hand shook as she typed her response. She'd received dozens of false leads over 4 years. But something about this message felt different. She sent Sarah 15 photos of Michael from different angles. Sarah responded 2 hours later. "I'm 90% sure this is him. You need to come to Portland." Laura called Detective Rodriguez immediately. He was skeptical. He'd seen Laura chase false leads for 4 years. But he agreed to make the call. Detective Rodriguez called the Cascade Homeless Shelter in Portland on March 29, 2023. He spoke with Sarah Chun and the shelter director. They sent him photos. Detective Rodriguez compared them to Michael Carson's missing person file. Same height, same build, same distinctive scar on his left eyebrow from a childhood bicycle accident. Detective Rodriguez called Laura back at 4:47 p.m. "Mrs. Carson, I think we found him. But I need to prepare you for something. The man at the shelter has severe amnesia. He doesn't remember his name. He doesn't remember having a wife. He doesn't remember anything before waking up in Portland 3 weeks ago." Laura couldn't speak. For years of searching, for years of hope and heartbreak. Detective Rodriguez continued. "Portland police are taking him to the hospital for a full medical evaluation. I'm driving down there tomorrow morning. Do you want to come with me?" Laura was in her car within 20 minutes. She drove through the night, 350 miles from Spokane to Portland. She arrived at Providence Portland Medical Center at 6:15 a.m. on March 30, 2023. After 1,477 days of searching, Laura Carson was about to see her husband again. If your heart is racing right now, turn on notifications so you never miss a faceless justice story. Because what happens in this reunion will restore your faith in the power of love. Hit that bell icon right now. Dr. Patricia Williams, the neurologist treating Michael, met Laura in the hallway outside his room. "Mrs. Carson, I need you to understand what you're about to see. Your husband is suffering from what we call dissociative fugue with retrograde amnesia. He has no memory of his life before approximately 3 weeks ago." Laura nodded, tears streaming down her face. "Does he know I'm here?" Dr. Williams shook her head. "We told him a woman claiming to be his wife is here. He doesn't remember being married. This is going to be difficult for both of you." Laura took a deep breath and opened the door. Michael Carson sat on the edge of the hospital bed. He'd lost 40 pounds. His hair was longer, grayer. His face was weathered and tired. He looked up when Laura walked in. His eyes showed no recognition. "Michael," Laura whispered. The man stared at her blankly. "I'm sorry. Do I know you?" Laura's hands trembled as she showed him photos. Their wedding day, their honeymoon in Hawaii, Christmas mornings, birthday parties. Michael studied each photo carefully. His face showed confusion, frustration, sadness. "I don't remember any of this. I don't remember you. I'm sorry." Laura sat down in the chair beside his bed. For years of hope crashed down around her. She'd found her husband, but he didn't know who she was. Dr. Williams explained Michael's condition to Laura and Detective Rodriguez. Michael is suffering from dissociative fugue, a rare psychiatric disorder usually triggered by severe trauma or stress. Patients essentially forget their identity and sometimes travel far from home. The MRI showed no physical brain damage, no signs of injury, no tumors or strokes. His memory loss is psychological, not physical. The good news is that in some cases, memories can return spontaneously or through therapy. Through interviews with Portland homeless shelter workers and street outreach teams, they pieced together fragments of Michael's 4 missing years. March 2019. Michael was found wandering in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho with no ID. He told shelter workers his name was John. He couldn't remember anything else. 2019 to 2022. He drifted between homeless shelters in Idaho, Montana, and Washington. He did odd jobs for cash. He never stayed anywhere long. March 2023. He arrived at the Cascade Shelter in Portland. A worker named Sarah Chun saw Laura's Facebook post and recognized him. Laura asked the question that had haunted her for 4 years. Why didn't he try to find me? Why didn't he go to police? Dr. Williams explained. In dissociative fugue, patients don't realize they're missing. Michael didn't know he had a wife to return to. He didn't know he had a life in Spokane. His mind had completely blocked out his previous identity as a protective mechanism. Laura sobbed. What do we do now? Michael was released from the hospital on April 5, 2023. Laura brought him back to Spokane. He moved into her apartment. Legally, he was still her husband, but emotionally, he was a stranger. Michael started intensive therapy 3 times per week. Dr. Elena Martinez specialized in dissociative disorders. Laura showed him their life together. Photo albums, home videos, their favorite restaurants, their friends. Some days Michael thought he felt something familiar, a flash of recognition, a sense of déjà vu, but the memories never fully returned. By August 2023, Dr. Martinez gave them difficult news. Michael's memories from before March 2019 may never come back. You both need to decide. Do you want to rebuild a relationship based on who you are now, not who you were then? Laura looked at Michael. This man who was her husband but also wasn't. This man she'd searched for relentlessly for 4 years. I fell in love with you once, Laura said quietly. Maybe I can fall in love with you again. I don't remember our past, but I'd like to build a future. If you'll have me. As of November 2024, Michael and Laura are still together. They're attending couples therapy. They're taking things slowly. Michael has regained some basic skills and knowledge, but his memories of their 11-year marriage remain gone. They're not the same couple they were in 2019, but they're building something new. Because Laura proved that love isn't just about remembering the past. Sometimes love is about choosing someone again and again, even when everything has changed. Michael Carson disappeared on March 14, 2019. He was found on April 2, 2023. 4 years and 19 days later. The medical explanation? Dissociative fugue triggered by unknown psychological trauma. The real explanation? We may never know what happened to Michael at that rest stop. What caused his mind to shut down so completely that he forgot his entire life? But here's what we do know. Laura Carson made 21,900 phone calls searching for her husband. She drove 73,000 miles. She posted 12,000 flyers in 47 cities. She spent $67,000 of their savings. She never gave up. When police told her to move on, she refused. When friends said he was dead, she kept searching. When 3 private investigators failed, she kept going. Laura Carson's message to other families of missing persons. Never stop looking. Never stop hoping. Even if everyone tells you it's impossible. Even if it takes 4 years or 40 years. Your loved one is worth fighting for. According to the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System, over 600,000 people go missing in the United States every year. Most are found within 48 hours. But thousands remain missing for years, decades, forever. If someone you know is missing, never stop searching. File reports with NAMUS. Post on social media. Contact homeless shelters and hospitals. And if you see someone who looks like a missing person, speak up. Make the call. You could be the Sarah-chan who reunites a family. This is Faceless Justice, telling the stories of those who refuse to let their loved ones be forgotten. Michael and Laura Carson's story reminds us that sometimes the greatest act of love is simply refusing to give up. Even when the person you're searching for doesn't remember you're searching for them.